Now, these may just look like slippers and a bin of cookies to you, but oh my goodness, I've got a story to tell you. So, last night, my husband comes home from work on the train. We're all in the kitchen. I'm making dinner, and it's proving to be kind of a nice night. Everyone's like, hey, how are we doing? One kid had been home from sick, the other one's on crutches recovering from a surgery, but we're all home for the evening. And all of a sudden, my husband's like, the stuff! I left the stuff on the train. And all of us are like, what stuff? And he's like, looks at me knowingly, the stuff. And I'm like, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do? And he pulls out his phone, starts pressing in buttons. I'm gonna see where the train is. I'm gonna figure out where the train's going. And I'm like, oh gosh, this is never gonna work. He just got off the train in our town. The train surely moves faster than a car could get to it in rush hour on the highway. But if this is what you need to do because you left stuff on the train, I'll support you as you go on this journey. So he figures out where to go. He's like, I'm gonna go chase down the train. And we're all like, take your coat. He's like, I don't have time. He runs out. He's gone. My daughter starts tracking him on her phone, find my friends, but we don't know necessarily what's going on. Now, here's the thing that I know that my kids don't know, because I think they're thinking, I discovered later, that it's his bag with his computer and his wallet and all these things, which it's not, okay? But they don't know this. What I know is that my daughter has this secret Santa thing that she's doing. And she's been going through a rough time recovering from this surgery. It's not easy. There's been a big snowfall. There's lots of ice. She's on crutches. She's a freshman in high school. She's going to get better, but it's hard. And she has this secret Santa thing that's happening tomorrow, and she needs to get a gift. And she had an idea for the gift that she really wanted. And we've looked everywhere locally, and they don't have it. I don't know if you know the brand Jellycat. It's our absolute favorite. She wanted to get a Christmassy themed Jellycat for this upperclassman who she needs to get a Secret Santa gift for. So we looked everywhere. Jellycats are in high demand, and they couldn't find it. So I said to my husband, FAO Schwartz, you work in the city every day. If any place has Jellycats, it's going to be FAO Schwartz. So earlier that day, on his lunch break, he went out to go to FAO Schwartz, and he walks up to the front door, and there was a security guard there who just said to him, are you next? And he's like, yeah. He just walked in, went and did his shopping, was on the phone with me almost the whole time, picking out, because even FAO Schwartz is out of Christmas-themed Jellycats. They had a few Jellycats, but none of them were quite right. So we're searching around the whole store together while she's in school of something that could work. And he found these adorable Christmas themed slippers. And they were in the price range of the Secret Santa. And we made an executive decision. Yes, let's do that. So then he leaves FAO Schwartz with this bag, and I think he got some other things. It's Christmas time. So he leaves, and there's this woman outside the store who reams him out for having cut the line. Now, he is coming out of FAO Schwartz. He's not a tourist. He has no idea that there was a line. He looks around the building. There is a line down the street for blocks. And this woman's like, I've been standing here for an hour and a half, and you just waltz right in, and you're coming out, and I'm so sorry, I came from the other doorway. I had no idea there was a line. No one told me there was a line when I walked in. I'm so sorry. And he got an earful, and he took it because he realized he had inadvertently completely cut, and he was completely embarrassed by it. He called me feeling so shameful, but also happy that he got the thing for our daughter because she's feeling so down and out and bummed. And it was just one of those complicated, messy things. And so then now I know that that's what he's left on the train. And it had been this whole cookie exchange at work for him. And we had baked all these cookies, and he brought them in. There was this whole cookie exchange, and he had this Tupperware filled with homemade cookies made by all of his colleagues. So that is the stuff that he's after. Meanwhile, my son, who had been upstairs when this was all going on, when he said the stuff, comes down, and he's like, I'm so stressed. What if dad really lost everything? And then so I told them, don't worry, guys, this is replaceable stuff. It's just dad doesn't want to lose it because it's meaningful stuff, but it's replaceable. So then everybody calms down. So we see that he is at a train station through Find My Friends. My daughter's tracking him. She's like, he's on a train right now. So we see this, and then I'm calling him, what's going on? He's not picking up. Finally, he calls me, and he says, I've got the stuff. I'm on the train, but I got stuck on the train, and my car is in front of the train station, unlocked with the blinkers on. You've got to go now and make sure the car doesn't get stolen or towed." Oh my gosh. He got the slippers and the cookies, but now our car might get stolen. So I grab my child, who's the one who's healthy and not on crutches, and I'm like, "Come with me, we gotta go." The one on crutches is like, "I'll finish making dinner." The other one's still upset because he thinks that dad is really out of his luck with losing all of his stuff. So we take off. Now they're following both of us. It's 15 minutes away. I zoom on the highway. I get to the train station. Meanwhile, my husband gets off at the next stop, which is in the middle of nowhere. There's no even real train station, certainly not a station that's open. He doesn't have a coat. He calls an Uber. The Uber is going to take 15 minutes to get there. He's standing, it's freezing outside. But we got to this car. It hadn't been towed. It hadn't been ticketed. It was just right there with its blinkers on. And we just sat behind it, put our blinkers on, and waited till the Uber brought him home, brought him back to the car. And he got in the car and we all waved, and he had his stuff. He had his little bag and his stuff, and he held all this up, and he was so happy and victorious. And he said he told the Uber driver the whole story, and the driver was kind of, "Oh, wow, that's wild." But he was like, "No, really, it's wild. I found these slippers for my daughter for her Secret Santa, and no way was I going to let those go to waste. Not to mention all the cookies." So anyway, we ended up getting home. We've got all this stuff. Tomorrow, this girl's going to get this Secret Santa gift, and she might like them. Maybe they'll fit, maybe they won't. And she has no idea the effort and love that went into rescuing, to first of all getting, then rescuing the slippers, and all is okay now. So happy holidays, and may you have something that you fight as hard for this season as my husband did for these slippers and cookies.